Hi, YouTube family. It's Daughter of the Most High. I was on YouTube and I came across a video that I watched months ago and forgot about it. And then I came across it again tonight. And so I want to share this video with you. Um, it's called They Have Been Cloning Humans for a Long Time. And this is an older clip from an interview with, let's see, what's his name? George Green. And the woman interviewing him is interrupting him too much, but he does share about that they've been cloning people for a long time, and that I believe he says the Soviets have a different way of doing it than the U.S. does. And it says George Green talks about the human cloning centers and how cloning works. The Illuminati has been cloning celebrities, presidents, people, you name it. If you're a skeptic and this isn't your thing, keep scrolling. This is for the enlightened ones. And that's what it says beneath the video. And so, yeah, this video clip was put on YouTube February 9th, 2017, but it's clearly an older clip. You can tell by looking at it. And so I came across this and I was just thinking, this is so weird that they are cloning people. And he calls them synthetic people, people that seem real, but they don't have a soul. And it's just so bizarre to think of. And it brings me back to when the Lord was, teaching me about MK Ultra mind control. And I had, as I've told you before, I have Kathy O'Brien's book. I listened to half of Susan Ford's audiobook on YouTube, and I watched other videos, and then I had to kind of set that aside for a while. And I believe I watched this video when I was going through certain things like that. And reading it, and that was my focus, is what I'm saying. And he talks about this, George Green. He talks about a movie called The Boys from Brazil. And he says that that movie is kind of like a window into what they're actually doing behind the scenes. So he said, rent The Boys from Brazil, the movie, and you'll get to see what they actually are doing behind the scenes. And when I was reading Kathy O'Brien's book and listening to Susan Ford's book on YouTube, both of them said that some of the movies that Hollywood makes are actually like a snapshot into what happens, their truth behind the scenes. And so it's like this little peekaboo game that they play to actually, pretend like it's this, this movie plot isn't something that's really happening. It's just a movie plot, yet behind the scenes, they're actually doing these things. And so it's kind of that, tongue in cheek, that Hollywood and the Illuminati and that game that they play, because we know that the elites behind the scenes are actually the so-called important people, and that world within a world that I've mentioned in previous videos, they are that inner world. We are the outer world that they basically have fooled the majority of. And yes, they have. I wouldn't know it either. If God had not opened my eyes to this and led me to this information, I would be the same as everyone else. So I share what God has brought me to and through in this last while regarding this. Now, I will return to it. I have my book, this one. I told you I was going to finish this one, Pawns in the Game, William Guy Carr, and I'm not very far. You can see where my bookmark is. And so I need to read. It's a little bit drier read for me too, so it's hard, but I do want to read it. It was one of the books referenced in one of the many, many videos that I've watched that said, if you want to know what's going on behind the scenes, read this. And that's when I ordered it. And So, but I started reading it and then I kind of just put everything down for a while. Um, so I want to get back to it and finish what I was learning. I am friends with, uh, on, well, I don't know if it's friends, that's Facebook. I don't know how it all works on Instagram. I only follow certain people on Instagram. I do have an account, but I have nothing posted. And so I'm not really an Instagram person. But I am following Penny Shepherd, who is a mind control, well, was a mind control slave. I've not read her blog, but she and I actually follow each other on there, and I'll comment on some of her posts. And she talks about what's going on behind the scenes. She's also got a Facebook page. Let me see if I can go there real quick. Let me see. Because I know she posts, I don't know if she's, I don't know where she lives. Here it is. Penny L.A. Shepherd added a photo, MK Ultra, Stranger Things, Agent X11. And that's just that she posted something. So that's Penny L.A. Shepherd, was a mind control slave too. And so she's on it from since she was a child. And that's like Kathy O'Brien, when Kathy O'Brien's dad, uh, oh, what was it? I don't know if he had child porn on his, um, some photos or something. I don't remember now because it's been so many months. But yeah, so when they actually came to investigate him, they offered to, buy Kathy, use Kathy for their purposes. And that was the way that he avoided charges. So, but he had he had that kind of material. I don't know if it was photographs or what, and they caught him, um, when she was a child. And so he was into it already. And then he sold off his daughter. I mean, she stayed in their family, but he let them use her. He let Kathy's dad and Susan Ford, I don't exactly remember her story because I've heard too many stories and didn't finish this. I was kind of like checking this out, then that out, because it was so interesting when I first started learning that. And, but her dad, Kathy O'Brien's dad, yeah, just let him, traumatize her till she split off, which is that dissociative identity disorder. So she split off, and then they made her a mind control slave, and now she's somewhat integrated. But yeah, it's horrible. And Susan Ford has a similar story, and Penny L.A. Shepherd has a similar story, and there's others on there too. But it is such a, it just boggles my mind that I'm so still shocked at the level and depth of evil of some human beings. Now, the Bible does call us wicked, wicked sinners, but we're not all that wicked. When we sin, we fall short of the glory of God, so all have sinned. But their level of wickedness is beyond anything the average person does. And so sometimes it's really hard to comprehend, and it's hard to stay with these subjects because they impact our soul. It's like any kind of footage or content that is so disturbing, it's hard to stay with it for a long time. So I did end up putting things down for a while, and then I came across this video, which I'll put the link in the description. And again, it's 6.5 minutes, and it's just so bizarre. It's so bizarre. So then when he mentioned there's synthetic people, I just did a quick little search because there's many different options came up once I had researched that. But I'm actually going to share Philip and Holly interview this morning's first robot guest, Sophia. And this was November 21st, 2019. So I will include that. Oh, it's so strange. I guess there's other ones. I guess she was on Jimmy Kimmel. I don't watch anything anymore, so I barely know what most of these things are. Yeah, that's Jimmy Kimmel. No, I think it is Jimmy Kimmel. I don't know. I don't watch. Oh, Jimmy Fallon. I think I'm mixing their names up. That's how out of it I am. I don't pay attention to any of these guys. Jimmy Fallon show. I guess she was on this Sophia. So I'll put that link underneath the other one they've been cloning for a long time. Again, I'm just trying to share some of the things that God has awakened me to and educated me on so that I can understand and know about the New World Order, the things that are coming, all the things that they're doing behind the scenes. We know that this is going to emerge at some point. COVID, the pandemic, and then the vax, and then it's going to be the quantum dot, and we are heading right into the end times. So we all need to know, like, this world that we see, we can think that that is the world, and we really question all the people that, like me, who share conspiracy theories. The fact is that world within a world controls much of what goes on and controls much of what we supposedly are supposed to know and believe about our world. And you know what? Most people fell right into that trap. I posted this video on my Facebook timeline. You know how many people look at it? Like maybe one or two. And I've got like 450 friends. But you know what? And I don't mean to be harsh, but a lot of people just keep their head right in the sand. They don't want to hear about the weird stuff going on behind the scenes. They probably took the vax. They don't want to know about MK Ultra. I used to post about that. Almost no one pays any attention to it, and it's so incredibly sad. So I still try to share. I share more on my channel than I do on my Facebook, but I have shared with them too, because I believe I'm supposed to. We're supposed to be like, well, this Saturday night, I don't think I'd be quite as lippy as him, but, and he said, if this isn't your thing, keep scrolling, because this is for the enlightened ones. And it's true, because so many people resist it. It's like, oh, wait a minute. I want to quick put my head in the sand so I don't have to know how evil our government is and how evil the nations are and how much weird and evil stuff is going on behind the scenes. And all of a sudden, boom, it's gonna come out. I mean, COVID was all of a sudden. Then all of a sudden, ooh, we have a vax. Woo, you know. And so now it'll be the next thing. I mean, the door's already open. It's just a question of when, the quantum dot and the next thing that's going to happen. So anyway, just wanted to share and continue to bring the crazy truth that goes on behind the scenes to the people that watch my channel. So I will put this link in, and then I'll also put whoever Philip and Holly are. I don't know, but there's 6.5 million views from November 21st, 2019, when they had Sophia on. And then now that I have her up here, there's a number of different things that she's been on that I knew nothing of her before 10 minutes ago. So I will put that link in just so you can see Sophia. And she's a robot, not a synthetic human being like the clone people, but she's a robot. So they're just doing all kinds of things. So nothing's going to surprise us now. So anyway, family, I just wanted to share that. And I hope you have, it is late Monday night, early Tuesday morning, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I will see you very soon.